Hello and good day, everyone. MosesPlays here with a new build. This is my second build in Harvest League. I'm playing kind of casual, so I only have like, I don't know, in the last 3 weeks, maybe a couple of hours on average, like 2 hours on average per day, maybe an hour and a half on average. So very few hours played overall, but the Incinerate is like level 95 now, 94, and I felt it is time to start a new build. And this one is with an item I wanted to make a build for a while now, but because I'm playing solo self-found, I've kind of like you know kept pushing it off more and more and more because it is a dexterity stacking build, and in solo self-found it's not going to be particularly easy to do. The item is Iron Commander. It adds a bunch of flat fizz per 25 dexterity and +1 to maximum number of summoned totems per 200 dexterity for Siege Ballista. Currently I have 300. Ballista itself gives you +2 to maximum number. Your normal maximum number is 1, so that's 3, and then there are 2 +1 nodes that are fairly new to the tree, Watchtowers and Pinocchio. So a couple of +1s over here with these totem clusters gives us a total of 5, and currently I have 300, so that's 6 Siege Ballista totems. Unfortunately, this item was changed. It used to just give you +1 to max number of totems, but now it's strictly for Siege Ballista for some reason. I don't know really why. It's kind of disappointing because where is it? Not shrapnel. Artillery Ballista is in fact a pretty POG skill. It converts everything to fire and does a big happy little AoE, bunch of damage. Really kind of nice skill. I'll probably make another ballista character with Artillery Ballista here later down the line, but for now the focus is on Iron Commander with Siege Ballista, which is pretty decent. I chose a Deadeye, and you know, we got Gathering Winds. Later I'm going to get the Fast and Deadly, and then Powerful Precision and Rapture for all the crit and the pierce and all that speed goodness with the Tailwind. Defensively, we're using Acrobatics and Phase Acro with these improvement nodes, alongside with Hyries Ire. We're going to have a whole bunch of chance to dodge. Tailwind also adds a bunch of evasion, so we're probably going to be capped on chance to evade as well as a big chance to dodge. So for the most part, we're hardly ever going to get hit. We just need to stay away from stuff. The totems are doing the work, and it's a pretty fun and fast build so far to level up. Once you pick up Iron Command at level 32, it's been like a real blast. I am in solo self-found. I didn't find a tabula, no you know, String of Servitude, no proper boots even, or gold rim. I got like no leveling gear, so I'm just using rares with life and resist. This is pretty garbage Craig hack, but or Craig head, but that's like the you know, that's simply the best quiver I currently have. Just a little bit of flat fizz from level 5, so it's nothing is optimized. Hopefully we'll be able to get a happy little quiver later on. Yeah. Oh, boots. I guess I completed a quest. Hard to imagine it's gonna be better than mine. But yeah, so this is the build. On the tree, we're just getting all the dexterity. We have utmost swiftness. You know, realistically, I'm hoping to get 600 dexterity, so we're going to have 8 totems overall. It's not going to be, you know, 1k, 1.2k, 1.1k. excuse me, dexterity that you can get off of Trade League, but I think it's going to be pretty solid. And Hyri's Ire, once that happens, we're going to have to reconfigure all of our setup, because I'm not really sure if we get conversion. I don't have any conversion gloves, craft for cold, but we can get 40% conversion over here. Our damage is mostly physical, so 40% off of that is kind of solid. And I'm using Hatred and Herald of Purity. Herald of Purity was changed. It now gives a happy little chunk of more physical damage, some more multiplier. I believe it's like 12% at level 20, which is really nice and solid. And Hatred Aura gives us kind of like, not really double dipping, but enemies take more cold damage. Or sorry, allies deal 16% more cold damage, and physical is extra. So because we're like pure physical, right? Hatred actually gives us a bunch of cold damage, so that's like overall pretty nice. And if we get conversion, then the more we convert to cold, the more Hatred is going to give us better scaling. But again, it's not going to be 100% converted to cold, because we're forced into Siege Ballista, which is pure physical, and there's no conversion. So there it is. I currently can summon 6 totems, and that's what they do. They're really, really cool. And another nice thing is that we generate our frenzies. I'm going to show you. We generate frenzies with frenzy, so no blood rage like I would normally use. Curse on hit. On the 5 link, I'm also going to use power charge on crit once I get my second 5 link. I don't have a 6 link. Soul Found Life burnt 650, I believe it was. Fusing's trying to link that Hyri's chest. Rip. But 5 link, I mean, obviously 6 would be better, but 5 link should be okay, I hope. It does add a whole bunch of cold damage. So yeah, it's going to be on the chest, but for now I just have GMP for better spread, projectile weakness, curse on hit, and then frenzy and power charge on crit are going to be the the utility 5 links. When it comes to onslaught, I'm getting it from the flask. Maybe I'll add a, I don't know, we'll see if I manage it in terms of like intelligence required, and like just links on the eventual gear and stuff. But I want to check out and see if I can do perhaps maybe an Orb of Storm with Culling Strike and what was it that I wanted to attach to it? Maybe Onslaught against bosses when I run out of because it procs, it has a chance to proc. Yeah, Calling Strike Chain or something like that. There are other utility setups that we may end up using. The mana I have very low, but the thing is that it costs actually quite a, it costs like 20 something mana. But I'm using the new, relatively new Enduring prefix, which allows me to generate mana, replenish mana over time throughout the entirety of the duration of the flask. So it doesn't it doesn't cap when you reach the maximum of your mana, so you can literally reserve 100%. Actually, I don't know if you can reserve 100% because you still need the mana to be able to cast the spells, but near 100% and still, as long as you have enough to actually cast your skills, right? And you can use that, and see, it has like a duration of 4 something seconds, 4.2, right? So as long as this happens, I can continue the duration of the flask, which is really nice, so you can reserve a little bit more. Yeah, so that's how I manage, because there's no leech in this build, right? It's just yeah, it's just like mana, no leech. So I mean, this is it. It's gonna get better once we reach you know, 65 and equip our actual actual, you know, chest. Obviously we're gonna get a whole bunch of added cold with it. I hope it's gonna turn out alright, because I've wanted to make a build around this you know, bow for a very long time, and I'm finally able to do it. It may not end up being very good for endgame, let's admit it, because like you really want 1k dex and you know, other good gear in So Fund when I'm not planning on playing as much as I normally am in So Fund. So like being super casual, there's only so many things I can do, you know. In the end, it's really a lot about RNG. Something really nice though, but I mean, it's okay. I don't mind like playing this character in like low tier maps, killing a couple of happy little bosses and move on, or even like mid tier, early red tier maps. I mean, I'm just gonna have fun playing with this build because it's actually super smooth. I would assume it would also make an extremely nice league starter build, because you know, unlike you know, previously, these nodes are really close to the ranger area. I mean, this one you can pretty much rush this node. You get your shrapnel ballista at level 4, and you can have like, you can start playing with the totems because it gives you 4 ballista, like 3 and then plus 1, so it's gonna be 4. And then the 5th is here. I think I picked up around level 20. I already had this. Oh, something is killing me. Anyway, so this was the video. This was the character. I'm currently 52. Ooh, big chunk of life. I'm currently 52, and I've been having a blast leveling this character up. It's been really nice and quick, and later on we're going to be streaming, and I'm going to make a follow-up video for this character. Oh yeah, one thing they added, or yeah, not added but revamped, the good old enduring cry. Wow, dude, monsters like keep coming to the waypoint. Enduring cry is now great because they reworked it, and now it guarantees you 3 charges against bosses, essentially, because bosses, there's like power. I'm not really sure what power is, but the point is it gives you like 2k life regeneration at level 20 over 1 second, so it's like a life flask. Whenever you pop it, you immediately gain that life regen buff and additional resist and damage reduction, but you immediately get an endurance charge, right? And you can literally stack 3 endurance charges without any problem, and that's a big chunk of damage reduction that you normally don't get. So this is really insane, just like on its own. And when there are, you know, more enemies, you'll get your 3. You don't have to do it like that. But this is why I'm not using Immortal Call with cast when damage taken. I'm just using endurance charges, and whenever you're fighting a unique monster like a boss, you immediately get 3 charges even before the fight begins. So it's like really nice, cool improvement. I've always talked about how much I wanted Enduring Cry to work, not for necessarily melee characters, just like to be able to spam it and just, you know, not as a part of like a melee character. But yeah, now you can shove that. It's just like a single slot for any build. You don't have to invest in all these you know, Warcry nodes, and you can basically just have free endurance charges. And it's super cool. So yeah, this is the character, this is the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see how we build it. Obviously there's lots to do, character is just beginning, but I wanted to give you guys kind of like a preview, and now it's time to go to bed. Take care, make sure to check out the stream, because in November I will be taking a very long break, so enjoy me while you can. Thanks for watching, see you guys around.